Welcome to the Spotech Zone.
Wow, E3 news continues. So, yeah, this is the one that you've been waiting for, right?
Oh yeah, probably my favorite time of the year, besides Christmas, is E3.
Yes.
And
Electronic Entertainment Expo.
More specifically, Nintendo's E3 is what I look forward to. I don't really care.
We have a bunch to talk about in this.
Yes.
And the last Spotech Zone, we talked about what?
We talked about...
Technically, we reacted to...
We reacted to Doom, the trailer for the sequel to the remake.
Yeah. well, the presentation. It was a whole presentation. It wasn't just... Yeah, it wasn't just a trailer, but yeah.
Yeah, but whatever.
You know what I mean? A bunch, and I'm so excited for that.
Yeah,
I'm a huge Doom fan, so love that.
So
what about Nintendo? What have they been working on?
We're going to go through some of the major announcements for Nintendo.
The 14 biggest ones in particular.
I think that this is going to be another big year for Nintendo. It's
one game. We're not going to say what that is yet, but one game.
One game, but also...
I'm so excited for it, too.
One game, but also other games, too.
Yeah, because Nintendo's E3 isn't over yet, so they still got some... It's only day 2. Mm-hmm. So...
Right.
All right, so right off the bat, what was the biggest announcement so far?
Okay, so the first one is actually the last one.
In the Direct when they were
it's hard to remember the exact sequence of things, but we're going on basis off this article, from The Verge.
Yeah.
And so it lists 14 of the biggest announcements from Nintendo's E3. And
they should have said so far because it's
because it's, as of this recording, it's still going on. But I think that's pretty much everything that Nintendo had. I think the rest of it is more of going in detail, right? Most of it.
I'm so mad.
What?
Oh wait! You mean about the article? About the article?
No, I mean like
itself?
The actual E3 itself.
Yeah, I'm so mad.
Why?
But we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So
All
right. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about in this about the presentation is actually the last one.
Yeah.
It was a little snippet of Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. It's a trailer for the last. Well, actually, a sequel to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Is what I was trying to aim at there.
It's a sequel to Breath of the Wild. Oh my gosh.
I can't believe it.
Oh my gosh. So, you want to read what this says?
Yeah.
It said the most shocking announcement was saved for last. Nintendo teased a full sequel that is in the works for the venerable Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. We don't know anything else about the game, but it appears to have a much darker tone based on the brief snippet on display. Oh, man.
Yeah, and...
The trailer showed... I don't know if it was Ganon or whatever, but...
All right, let me just take shots at Metroid right now.
Yeah. No. Let's save that for last.
No, we have to make a mention here because... Legend of Zelda, think about this. Metroid had all that time. They made a title screen, and then Breath of the Wild, they just didn't announce it.
They have an actual
like a whole trailer for it. It's like, okay, wow,
oh man,
you guys are like on
point.
On point here,
Yeah. Oh,
so
we'll talk more about Metroid when we're done with this article.
Yeah. Because I got also a theory behind it too.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention, but yeah. So Breath of the Wild is interesting.
Oh my lord, this looks so good.
And I'm like, I already spent so much time on the original Breath of the Wild.
And now we're gonna go not waste because it's a good investment.
Yeah, but
pay $60 more for this
and spend more time on trying to figure out how to go through all these dungeons and stuff. Like, how much
more
time...
trials? No!
More trials, yeah. I've already spent so much time on this game.
But to be honest, to be serious, it looks amazing. It absolutely looks incredible. It is a lot darker. The article got that right. It is a lot...
Judging from it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's going to have to do with Ganondorf, or Ganon, as they call...
Calamity Ganon.
Ganon, yeah. I don't know if it's going to deal with him.
Because it looked like...
It was something different, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
infecting.
It was like a skeleton-looking thing at the end there. Like they showed, it cocked its head to the side.
That's so creepy. It looks a lot more creepy than the first one.
Ooh.
So the next one is
Super
Smash Bros.
It's kind of a smaller one. I mean, I'm not like super big on it, but
it's just a new fighter added.
This new fighter was added. Banjo-Kazooie coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate,
and it's on Dragon's Quest. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. But the next one, I'm
This
really
is another
interested
big one.
in what,
Oh,
This
grab
one-
out your poltergusts because
Luigi's Mansion 3 is coming to the Switch.
Woo! Oh, man.
People have been waiting for a Luigi's Mansion 3 for a while
Ever
now, right?
since the 3DS game Dark Moon.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah,
That was Luigi's Mansion 2. How could you forget about it? That was the second game.
I forgot about it. But
He hums his own theme, which is absolutely awesome.
But you see, we were when I watched the trailer, I remember he's going Mario.
Yeah.
Mario.
He's looking for him,
He's
yeah.
just walking around, he's like kind of creeped out, and
The thing about Mario, which is interesting about it, he looks like he'll have a bigger role in this title
Maybe.
than the other Luigi's Mansion games.
I'm okay with Mario stepping aside because like Luigi doesn't
his
have
own
enough.
game.
It's like his game. Like Mario has
Like it said in Game Theory, Mario's a sociopath. He takes all the attention away from his brother.
so
Shut up,
yeah.
Mario, you're out of here. Luigi gets his own game for once.
I don't know, but I'm really excited because this is gonna be like, what was it, the first Luigi's Mansion since
GameCube.
GameCube that it was on a home console.
Yeah, on a full console, yeah. Yeah.
Like it skipped the Wii.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it'll be exciting, and the Wii U.
And
So
he
it skipped
gets the-
two consoles.
Did you play Dark Moon?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was fun, but very difficult.
So, he gets to keep the ghost pup. He gets to keep the
yay.
ghost dog.
That's
He gets
cute.
to keep him. But the thing I love, and this, I'm not gonna read it because it's just
Yeah.
it's not cool. But you smash ghosts, so you can smash them.
Yeah,
so
it's like
you can like pick them up
you
and
could
go,
deal damage by like you grab onto him with your gun and then you go whoosh, and like
Yeah.
smack him back and forth.
It's like Ghostbusters. It's
But
like
when you do that, it gets other ghosts engaged with your
Because they
fight
hear the
because
sound from
it hits them. It
Oh.
hits them when you do that. Like if
Oh,
there's
that's
other
awesome.
ghosts in the
So,
area,
like, oh, man,
and there's
that's
a plunger that you can shoot out of the and it's
poltergeist.
attached to like a rope or something, and it shoots out of the gun, and you can pull
poltergeist,
things
yeah.
apart.
Luigi's Mansion's getting gory.
No, I mean like like furniture. You can break
I was gonna be
furniture
like,
in
if
this
you did it
game.
with ghosts,
Yeah.
Nintendo, you get a little bit more violent.
So
Well, I mean, they, you know what? No, we'll save it.
So the next one after Luigi's Mansion, I'm not too sure on this one. It talks about the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance Tactics, which is a weird title, but
I think it's a turn-based strategy game based on Netflix's Netflix. Wait, what? Is Netflix making games now? What?
okay.
What? This is some Quantum Break stuff right here. What?
That's really odd.
Yeah. So basically, it's like a Final Fantasy type of game, which I love that. So, but it's Nintendo. So the next one though,
Oh, Link's Awakening.
another Zelda game.
So this is
Two Zelda games in 1 year. Count them. Two.
this is
Two Zelda announcements, not games. But
and this
announcements.
comes out before the next Zelda, the mainstream one.
Yeah. But
So
when,
this-
when in the trailer it says in development when they don't even have a release date for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
So this is nice because it's almost like a little tiding you over before the next one. Like
it comes out
here's
September 20th.
here's a little bit of fun with Legend of Zelda. Like here's a more
Here's a
cute
more classic.
Here's a more cute fun one. Like it's not as serious as
And
this
don't mind
next
it.
one.
This one looks Breath of the Wild sequel looks dark as heck. But
Which I'm interested
yeah,
in.
me too, but
oh my gosh.
this one reminds me of the first Zelda game I ever played. I know it's considered one of the worst in the franchise, but my first game was the Phantom Hourglass. Do you remember that one?
I
Legend of
haven't played that
Phantom
one.
Hourglass for the DS.
Okay.
It was Toon Link. So, but I don't like Link's eyes in this game. They're kind of weird. There's like black pupils. I mean, it's like black dots.
So
It's
so my
like,
question is, would you get that game?
Link's
like-
oh yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah, purely for classic value, nostalgia value, because it looks like the original Zelda. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the next one is The Witcher 3.
Love that game. And
I
made by the
have
same
not
guys
played
who
it.
are making, if you've heard of Cyberpunk 2077, same company's making this. made this game.
So it says Wild Hunt is one of the best role-playing games of the past decade.
That's
and
true.
soon
I have it on the PS4. It's not a Nintendo exclusive. So
you'll be able to play on the go. The definitive edition of the game is coming to Switch, though it doesn't have a release date just yet.
Except to play later in 2019. Yeah. Hey Jared. If you had a PS4, just get on the PS4 because it's so much better. But yeah, I mean, you'll be able to get it now. Now the next one, we were sitting in Dunkin' yesterday, and you were saying you're kind of interested in this one, right?
Yeah, I've been looking because there's other Resident Evil games already on the Switch, and I'd like to check it out.
Yeah, Resident Evil 5 and 6. I mean, I don't know. Resident Evil 5 and 6 wasn't as good as the original game, but, I mean, they were still fun, but, I mean, there's nowhere near the original.
I think, well, naturally, just like any other games, they kind of lose their luster after so many...
Well, form of media.
Yeah.
How Mario and Zelda pull it off, I don't even know.
They
somehow make it better.
But, like, with movies, like...
The Transformers movies, for example.
Yeah, like the first couple would be okay.
The first three.
And then as it goes on and on and on, like it's just like okay, it's getting kind of boring.
How the heck Marvel pulls it off, I don't know.
Well,
how Marvel's able to make 22 movies and it still be amazing.
I mean, there's a lot of differences between the movies, so that could be the reason. But
yeah,
like Resident Evil, like how do they keep coming up with more content for this?
It's zombies, yeah. It does not. Well, the last one Biohazard had an insane family, cannibal family, but yeah, I mean, you're right about that though.
Yeah.
So I mean, we might, if we want to talk about the games, we can, but I mean, if we want to skip to a certain other big one, I'm thinking about Would you want?
So you think No More Heroes? We should just skip that one. That one's.
Yeah. Okay. I want to jump to Pokemon.
Oh yes, we definitely need that. All right, so Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
This is the game that I have been talking about for months.
And yes, it is now called Sword and Shield. I'm sorry if we didn't talk about it previously, but it's called Sword and Shield.
And it is a mainstream game. And we're going to see some new Pokemon.
We talked about this way back in the Pokemon podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Dang. It's been a while.
It's been a long time. But now we actually have a name for it. Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now, I don't know if you've seen the legendaries in the new game, but they're very similar. So it's kind of... they're similar looking, but they have like different things. Like one is holding it's like a wolf, and it has a sword in its mouth. Like
Pokemon sword, maybe.
And then obviously, and then the shield, it's a wolf, but it has like a shield around its face, like a mane. You know?
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
So I don't like that. Well, I mean I don't know. I mean, obviously I'm still buying it. Obviously, it's a mainstream Pokemon game. How can I not buy it? But I wish they could have done what they did with Pokemon X and Y, you know? Well, it's completely different Pokemon. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just my sense on it. But what this is saying, though, this article specifically talking about the Pokeball Plus support, right?
Yeah, which I don't know if I'd want that. That's a lot of extra money that isn't really necessary.
This says that the Pokeball won't serve as a controller, like in Let's Go. Obviously talking about Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee.
Better not.
Yeah, but you can use it to take critters out of the game and into the real world, which in turn will earn you various bonuses. So if it earns you bonuses, I might pick it up. I mean, if it earns you, you know.
Well, here's the thing. With, I don't know, I want the original, I just want the regular nunchuck, analog stick, whatever you want to call it. I want those original controls. I don't want you holding half of a Joy-Con. You know, not the full 2 Joy-Cons. I don't want to hold one Joy-Con and be playing a Pokemon game with one Joy-Con. I want 2, okay? I want a freaking full controller. How about that?
No, I'm imagining you holding a Joy-Con in one hand and a Pokeball being like, how do I move this guy?
How do I move my character?
I'm moving my balls, but he's not moving. Oh my lord. Okay, the next big one though.
It's weird. It's Cadence of Hyrule. It's like almost like a.
This is a Zelda type of game. I think.
No, it says Crypt of the Necrodancer, but it says
featuring Legend is Crypt of the Necro. Oh, that's what that game is. Okay, I know this is a good game.
Okay,
but it's featuring Legend of Zelda, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the next, sorry, did you want to spend more time on that one?
No.
Okay.
It's awesome. The next one, it's kind of
Crossing.
sad, but also kind of cool. Because it's been delayed.
Yeah, but what have we learned from delayed games? They end up normally being better than what projected. Same thing we talked about Metroid.
Not yet, okay, not yet. Save that till the end, okay?
All right, fine.
So, been pushed back to March 20th, 2020, which isn't that bad.
But it would have been nice to have
The game looks awesome, though.
Yeah, from what we've seen.
The only way I know about Animal Crossing, I'm so sorry to any Animal Crossing fans jump on me like zombies, I'm sorry, but Animal Crossing, the only way I've heard about it is through the villager.
In Smash Bros, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, to be quite honest, though, a lot of Smash Bros characters, like, I'm like, who are these characters, you know?
And it actually... the game's popularity.
Yeah, it's like Earthbound, you know, characters.
What the heck was that? I didn't know about Earthbound until Ness and Lucas were...
Because, mind you, I'm not... I haven't played in the 80s because I'm only 21 years old.
For me, an 80s nerd, I'll tell you that Earthbound is cool.
Yeah. You know, but like...
But that's only because I'm a nerd of the 80s. I wasn't in that time. My dad would probably know a lot about it.
Yeah, but like, you didn't grow up in that time, so you had to learn about it. Same with all these...
Wish I did.
Most of the people playing Smash Bros. Are younger audiences, and I mean, generally they haven't grown up in the 80s, so a lot of them don't even know what Earthbound is.
That was still psyched. When I learned that Hal was making it, I was so psyched.
Oh yeah,
like that. You remember my reaction to
that? Yeah, we have we have audio of that. The next one is Alien Isolation. This
is the last one too. Yeah, the last one is.
Yeah, so Aiden, I actually watched you play that game, right?
On PS4. Yeah. And didn't it make your skin crawl?
Yeah, that was.
You were creeped out.
Oh yeah, I didn't like when the alien jumped out.
I know, right?
It's so dark and all.
Yeah, you have to restrict your breathing even to keep it from healing you. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry, Joe. This will make you mad. If you have a PS4, get the PS4 version over the Switch version. I'm sorry, it's just. If you have a PC, get it from the PC, for like obvious reasons. But if you have a PS4, not a Switch, get it for the PS4 because, I'm sorry, I'm sure you'll agree with this, okay? Better graphical quality, better sound quality. I mean, but if you're into that, get it for the PS4. But if you don't care, buy it for the Switch.
Well, I mean, if you already have a Switch, get it for the Switch. Yeah. Don't spend another, $400 on a PlayStation just.
But if you have both a PS4 and a Switch like I do, get it for a PS4. Yeah. Because that's optimal performance. But yeah, I'm surprised though because. Having Alien Isolation on the Switch.
Hasn't it been out for a while now?
No. I haven't released it yet, but that's not my question. My question is, will the system be able to handle it?
Yeah.
In the handheld mode.
Yeah, they will. What it's going to do,
they say it's going to be 720 at... It hasn't said this, but Doom was like this.
Mm-hmm.
When it's in handheld, it's going to be 720 at 30 frames. Which, I mean, for a game like this, you need to have it 1080 at 60. Like, it breaks the immersion. I mean, the reason why it was so scary to you was probably because it was 1080 at 60 on PS4. You know what I mean?
I don't know, maybe, but
and dude, hey,
it's hard to tell.
When we were playing that, you were the one wearing headphones, so you didn't hear every little creaking.
No, I don't remember if you were wearing. I don't think you were wearing headphones at the time, but yeah.
Yeah, so that's those are the biggest releases reveals for Nintendo for E3.
Mm-hmm.
It's not over yet. So, but this Spelltech Zone isn't over yet because...
Why's that?
The one game... that's not there yet. Metroid Prime 4.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Retro Studios, where are you at? Jared, what do you have to say about this? This is...
Okay, so I have a theory for Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it before. Maybe other people have realized it. I just kind of came up with it on my own today. I was thinking... Think about how... Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild came out in 2017, right?
Yeah.
That was only a couple years ago.
That was a launch title.
Yeah. And now all of a sudden we got a sequel to Breath of the Wild. Well, it was literally just announced. They don't have a definitive release date, right?
But they have footage.
Why didn't Metroid Prime 4 have it?
Metroid Prime 4 have it, yep.
So I don't know. Let that sit with you for a sec, and then I'll explain the rest.
I honestly can't tell you, and based on the fact that which, I mean, it's okay, because they have Retro Studios now, thank God.
Yeah.
Because Retro Studios were the guys that made the original games.
Mm-hmm.
And one more thing, though, before we go into your theory, this pisses me off too. They haven't been teasing, but we have been expecting Metroid Prime Trilogy to be ported over to the Switch. They haven't really said anything about that yet. Come on, at least give us a game that was on the Wii. At least port it over to the Switch, you know?
Yeah.
There's something about that, but they haven't even done that. So, I mean, Retro, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Come on.
I don't know.
Nintendo E3 isn't over yet, so we may see, if there's a miracle from God, we may see it.
Yeah, miracle, but I really don't think we will.
So what is your theory?
So
What's
my
the rest of
theory
it?
is that, you know how, like I just said, Breath of the Wild had a trailer like right after they said it was coming.
Yeah.
Or right when it was.
I didn't just have
But
that number 4.
Metroid Prime never showed a trailer. We never seen footage of
of the game. Yeah.
Samus, doing whatever. And
It's gonna be so cool to me, dude. Though. Oh my god!
but think about this. Why didn't they do that? I think my theory is
Is it on purpose?
Yeah, it is on purpose. The reason why is because I think they had doubt in their minds at the very beginning of the development that they thought that this is bad. We should stop.
I don't think that was their view. I think I said this in the previous podcast when it wasn't called Spotech. I said I see it more as they couldn't handle the hype because of the fans' reaction when that 4 popped up. I mean, people were going nuts.
Aiden, when is hype ever a bad thing for game developers?
Right, but like
that just doesn't make any sense to me.
Metroid fans are a strange breed, dude.
Because think about this, dude. The reason why I'm thinking about this, them doing this on purpose and not releasing a trailer, is because they're like, well, I don't know if I really like this, and they were really questioning whether.
Do you know why? There's a reason why they switched studios. There's a reason.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have Retro working on it.
Uh-huh.
And when you take away the original makers of the game, they should have learned from Federation Force, which they did, thank God, because they got the new, they got the right developers. When Federation Force came out, Retro had nothing to do with it, and it sucked. Considered the worst game in the franchise.
Yeah.
All it was is 4 different Samus-looking people in multiplayer. It sucked.
Mm-hmm.
So, making the switch to Retro Studios is probably the best decision Nintendo could have ever made when making this game. My theory is that... Wait, what was your theory again?
Let me finish.
Yeah.
What I was saying is that, not Nintendo, but whatever development team was working on it...
Before they switched to Retro, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, well, I really don't know if this is good or not. They didn't want to release a trailer and then get people excited for that one.
It could have been more than that.
Or they could have been like, well... It's kind of, we don't want to release this because it doesn't look real good, and then they didn't want to get people turned
pissed
away
off,
from it,
mad
and
especially as Metroid fans who've been waiting 12 years now for another Metroid game.
Yeah, so I feel like they had this planned out to the point where they waiting for the right time to get rid of it, scrap it.
Scrap, you mean not scrap the game, obviously.
No, scrap the development of the current development they had or the progress they had on it.
I wouldn't even say that. I think that Retro's gonna pick up where they left off, but retronize it, if you know what I mean. Like make it their, since they were the ones that owned the game.
They said they completely scrapped it though, starting back from square one. That's why I'm saying they're not going to show any footage of it.
I think they mean that in terms of the way that company was doing it. I think there were going to be certain aspects of the game that Retro likes. And they're going to incorporate that back, but they're going to make it their own. Because they were the original makers of Metroid Prime. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to make it more authentic.
Okay.
Do you see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, but I still think that...
Yeah, they did say completely scrap it. Yeah, I mean, so...
I'm just taking it for what they said. Yeah. And then my theory is that they thought that this was going to be horrible to begin with. And
which, I mean, makes sense.
They had a little seed of doubt. And it eventually it sprouted, and before you know it, they're like, okay, we have to.
Not to be mean, but they were white. Thank you, whatever development team that was. Thank you, because I really don't think you guys would have been able to live up to expectations. I'm sorry. There's only one company that can do it. That's the original makers of the game. So I mean, if anyone can do it, they can.
Kind of like doing with HAL Laboratory with Super Smash Bros.
That game was amazing. Can you imagine if any other company but them was working on it?
Mm-hmm.
They're the guys that made Melee, one of the best Smash games ever. So, here's what I'm thinking, though. Tell me if you agree with this.
Okay.
Like I said, my theory was that the company, kind of like Hello Games, with No Man's Sky, I'm sorry, I know it's like we don't talk about that situation, but this developer could not, these developers, they were getting too paranoid about us fans. They were thinking, oh, what if they hate it? What if it's not the Metroid game they've always wanted?
Yeah.
You know? They've been waiting 10 years for this. I don't think we can pull this off. So they gave development over to Retro. And for one part of me is like, ugh, you didn't show anything. But most of me is like, thank you. Because, like...
Because they put away their own pride. Like, they might have had that pride, like... You know, we worked on this, we worked hard, and then all of a sudden, that has to take a lot of guts to just scrap everything. Can you imagine, like, creating a project for school and then be like, almost finished with it, and then be like, crap, this is horrible, and then restarting it,
Thank goodness they did, though,
or having someone else work on it, and then you get the credit for it, even though you didn't do it. You know, it's like...
Do you agree with the decision that they made, though? Because I completely agree.
Yeah, I agree with it.
I completely agree. Because
I
giving
agree,
it over to Retro Studios, like, they were the ones that made the original.
This is an extreme version of it, but delaying the game is probably the best thing you can do for a game, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, it gives you more time to think about
Make a masterpiece. Can you imagine... I mean, you want a PlayStation 5, but... If you were to know how many times The Last of Us got delayed, you would be so mad. Like, when I was...
No, I've heard of how many times... they got delayed multiple times, right?
And The Last of Us is hailed as one of the greatest games of this generation. I mean, so that says something. Delays make games better.
Yeah. Doesn't ruin games like you think.
Mm-hmm. So, before we close out this section of it, I have to ask, I don't know if you played Metroid Prime, but you've seen videos, right?
Yeah.
What in your head is the new Metroid Prime going to look like when it finally comes out?
Well,
what do you think it's going to be like?
Well, it better be 1080 p and 60 frames per second. Obviously, when it goes off the dock, it's going to drop down a little bit just because it's mobile. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be a beautiful game.
It's gonna be a masterpiece. Hopefully, Retro Studios are working on it. So
hopefully, it's the next Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild version of Metroid. You know, like beautiful masterpiece.
I can't wait. Oh my god.
I know.
Especially since Retro's working on it. The shooting mechanics. Is it gonna use a gyroscope? Do you think?
I hope.
That'll be awesome.
Can you imagine? Cool. You see the gun in the focus.
Yeah, you see it. Yeah, you've seen game.
You know?
The biggest thing I want is the graphic. Like, that's going to look amazing. That's going to be... Oh, my God. I can't wait.
Would you like it if you were able to switch between person, like, third and first person views?
You can.
No, I mean, like, in the new one. In the new one, would you like to keep that aspect?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah, so then, for different people, they get different ways they like to play.
Yeah, because of the morph ball, when you go to the morph ball, it automatically switches. If you've seen Metroid Prime gameplay, you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't wait for the I wonder how she's gonna scan new creatures, because it's a whole new graphical quality, so that's gonna look pretty cool.
Yeah.
My hope is that they don't Doomanize it, if you know what I mean. Because like Doom, I guess the new Doom has created like a standard for new shooters these days. So I hope they don't completely go from Doom and make a Doom clone. Don't
go real gory with it either, because it's Metroid.
No. What I mean is like the fast paced shooting, the kind of targeting that Doom does.
Just do normal pace what Metroid's been.
Do what Metroid Prime has always been.
Yeah.
Epic battles and what is the story gonna be? I don't even know. Oh my god. Is really going to be... No. Because... I don't know. I just hope that... I really hope it's good, because you know how much I've been talking about this game. You know. Oh, you know. Mm-hmm. Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Have been talking about it, ever since they first announced it. And... What... This is in my mind right now. I'm so sorry to say this, but... Do you think they'll cancel it? If it's too long and they can't...
What, Metroid Prime?
Yeah. They're going to have a wide on that. They're going to have a wide if they do.
What?
They're going to burn Nintendo headquarters if they do cancel it.
I don't think they're going to cancel it again.
No, they haven't canceled it, but...
No, I mean canceled the game and then restarted it. Canceled.
Yeah.
We don't want it to keep going on that cycle, you know?
It's in the white hands now, so it's in the white hands.
Yep. I think that's pretty much all we have for this one, right?
Yeah.
So definitely...
Just hope it's good. I really hope it's good.
Yeah, I hope so too. So be sure to subscribe to our podcast and like our content.
New Legend of Zelda, though. Holy crap.
Can't wait to see.
Woo!
So see you guys.
See ya.